Hey everyone, Aimer here with a introductory tutorial video about how to make a quick kill lord that you can use for Hall of Fame buffs or dungeon buffs on an ongoing basis. Experienced players and bigger alliances will probably know how to do this, but for newer players, I'm hoping that this guide might be handy. So what I've done is I've started up a whole new account, and it takes you through the opening spiel that you have to work through. You also have these story quests that you have to go through. Again, no choice, because you have to get to certain points in the game before you can proceed. The whole point of making a quick kill lord, as I think I mentioned at the outset, is to get buffs from the dungeon and from the Hall of Fame. These enhance your army stats, give you better attack, that sort of thing. The higher level the lord is, the longer that lord is going to take to execute. And if you have lords in your dungeon for execution purposes, you can't put on a truce bubble, which means that your city is open to attack. So the idea is to have Hall of Fame lords that are at the lowest possible level. Now, certain things you will have to do as you go on, like get a certain castle level and that sort of thing, and I'll kind of explain that as we go. The focus of making the quick kill lord is to get your castle level up to level 17. You cannot execute lords until you get them, unless they are level 17 or higher. That's obviously to prevent, stronger players from preying on weaker players. So right from the get-go, I can get up to level 5. Now the game is basically telling me I have to get my warehouse up to level 5. So right now what's holding me back is not having a level 5 warehouse. So I'm going to quickly try and do that. And here we go. Now I can make my level 6 castle. In order to go past castle level 6, I have to get my wall defense up to 6, and I also need to get mints up to 6. Now I can't make mints yet. You have to actually capture this next area called Grimfort before you can create mints. Doesn't matter what castle level you are, it's the lord level that matters. So generally speaking, you want to avoid anything that is going to give your lord experience. Things like the werewood. Things like other quests and hitting rebel leaders. Those will automatically give your lord experience. So you want to avoid doing any of those things. Right now, it's really just a race to get to castle level 17 and just do whatever is necessary to do that. Now, at this point, it's being asked to infuse the last fiery essence into the dragon egg. That is really, really, really unnecessary. You can infuse one more. And okay, it didn't used to be that you had to do this, but now the game is basically forcing you to hatch the dragon. Okay, so now you can see that my lord has gotten up to level 3. Okay, it's gonna in the process of doing what needs to be done, your lord is going to get to level 4 or 5 anyway. You can't control that, but even with that, your execution time is only going to be 2.5 hours. As compared to other lords up, when you get to lord level 60, it's more like 24 hours or something like that. Now I'm at chapter 3 in the story quest. Could claim the story quest or whatever. I'm not going to bother. So just in terms of things to do, get to castle level 17 ASAP. Join an alliance. It doesn't hurt. You get free chests and speed ups and things like that. No problem there. Things you shouldn't do. I mentioned that there's really no point hatching the dragon. I remember it used to be that you didn't even have to go this far, and the game didn't force you to actually go that far, but apparently now it does. Doesn't hurt, I guess. There's no point really training any troops at this point other than what the game requires you to do. And as I mentioned, doing quests, doing things like, for the album or things like that, those are things that will automatically grant your lord experience. And if you want, if you feel like it, you can go and you can gather, grain or wood or whatever you like. No harm in doing that. Hopefully now that you've got the idea, I'll just show you basically what one of my Hall of Fame castles looks like in the end. I've gotten the castle to level 18. I could have left it at 17. Really doesn't make a difference. But you can see that I have extremely little power. I'm quite sure I don't have any soldiers left, probably because I've been hit during events so many times. It doesn't really matter. I'm not part of an alliance anymore because this account has gone kind of dormant. I do have a bunch of soldiers in the hospital that I see, which I could revive at any time if I wanted to. And you can see that my Lord is only level 4. So when I go to execute this Lord, I can do that by either sending an army to attack the city, or an easier thing to do, a lot of the times what I'll do is I'll just go to the hospital, I will revive one troop, and then I will go drop the bubble on my main city and attack the city with this one bowman and my Lord. Obviously I lose, the Lord gets captured, and then the execution time starts. And it'll be 2.5 hours in this particular case. You can see just for some of the other things that I've done. I did some construction, I did some research. It doesn't really hurt. You can see that I haven't gone ahead in the story. I didn't bother with that. There was no point. I think I got some commanders along the way. That just kind of happened. But I haven't upgraded any of the commanders yet. There was no point in doing that. So some things you definitely can do. If you want to go and get your blue diamonds every day, you can certainly go and do that. That doesn't do anything, experience-wise or whatever. You can also do other free tasks when they are available. Things from the events, if you want to get any of the bonuses from here, just gold and things like that, certainly no harm in doing that. The free chests that you get every day, these don't actually give you experience, so that's fine. When and if the Voyager task is available in the Mariner's Hall, certainly you can do that as well. The point is you want to avoid anything that's going to give you any experience.